Hello YouTube. This is sort of a public service announcement. Um, I was over my mother's house this past weekend. I was cleaning up helping clean up the garage and stuff like that. And I found my older baseball cards, football cards, and hockey cards. I think I have a few basketball in there too, but uh, I guess some water got in there or something like that. I really was never a big card collector. All my buddies did when I was younger. So I was sort of not a poser, but uh, but everybody had every kid back in the early or late '80s, early '90s. Everybody had a shoebox full of baseball cards, football cards, whatever. That was the big thing. Like I was like one of the few people that actually collected comics back in the day, with my neighborhood friends and people I went to school with. I mean, I could probably count maybe 5 people that were comic book collectors, but every other kid I knew, like everybody had baseball cards and football cards. So, and I only collected like the Steelers and the Pirates and the Penguins, just the local teams here, and I was never really that big into it. I did like the cards. They came with like a little jersey on it, like a game used jersey. I guess there was someone with like a stick, like a broken stick or something like that. They broke up the stick and put it on an actual card. But that was but that's I've never really been into like trying to complete sets or anything like that. And I just like trading with my friends and stuff like that back in the day. Well, anyways, long story short, I put it in my mother's garage, moved out many years ago, about so so I moved out, and I just kept those cards there, and gets moved around and stuff like that. Well, I only wanted one card out of that whole collection, and it was, of course, as we're moving boxes and stuff like that, water must have got in there. Uh, it Around this area, like we get a lot of floods and stuff like that. It happens. Not like the people and the folks in the Midwest, nothing as much as they get, but we do get flooding too, like in my area. So, yeah, we're pulling boxes. I'm like flipping through. I found the box in a box of cards. So, and everything was in pretty decent condition. I mean, I had everything in the box and stuff. And I really don't care about these cards. If I find a kid around here that wants them, I'm probably just gonna give them all to them. But so yeah, I'm like looking, like, where's my other card at? Well, I see it underneath there's like a little radiator system or whatever, and it's the only card under that I wanted. And just because I didn't tape up the top and seal it up and just put it away for storage like everybody should, even if you don't collect the stuff anymore, just protect it. I mean, do the minimalist thing and put it in plastic, so water does drip on it or something like that. So, uh, you might see a grown man cry right now, but I had this card signed by, see if it's Mario Lemieux, and Lemieux is God around this area. I mean, I know a lot of people say Gretzky's better, but that's a different argument for a different time. But around here, Lemieux is hockey. So I met him. I got him to sign my card. It was the only card that fell out of that box, and it got ruined. So I'm not sure if it's going to show up really well on here, but you could see right there, water seeped in there. So I was like, man, I'll just replace the case itself. But took the case apart, and the picture started coming off with it. So I'm now stuck forever. I'm gonna keep this card. It's just gonna be a constant reminder. But figured I'd share that little story. Just even if you quit collecting, like I hear people on here say they're gonna stop collecting comics and stuff like that. Make sure you store them away in a proper place. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen like 10, 15 years down the road when you want to go back to this stuff and revisit it and start back on the hobby or whatever. But yeah, this is a sad day for me right now. Yeah. And it's of all the cards, I would have gladly thrown every other card in a fire pit just to have this one card, and it's the only card that got ruined. And I don't know how it got out of the box, but it was the only card that got ruined. So, oh well, enough ranting and raving. I did manage, but I'm not going to show any of the cards or anything else, but I did manage to find these pucks that like Burger King had back in the day. When was this? Yeah, this was from their Northeastern Championship in '95 and '96. And Burger King gave away pucks. I think they did it in other areas too. Like I know Detroit had some, and I think Colorado did. I'm not really sure, but I'll just show these real quick. They're pretty cool. Jaromir Jagr and Ron Francis. Got the mullet kicking in here. This was just the fake autograph puck, but this one had Mario Lemieux and Peter Nedved. And these two, I actually got some of these signed by the players themselves. So I got this one signed by Darius Kasparaitis, and Kevin Hatcher's unsigned. Patrick Lalime and Kenny Reggett. So